experts in the wisdom literature. The book is called The Tree of Life, an exploration of biblical wisdom literature. The third edition appeared in the year 2002, and later that year, in the summer, July of 2002, Roland Murphy passed away the day after his 85th birthday and almost 60 years of working in the wisdom literature area. He was a teacher of mine and a friend over many years, and this book is a very good survey and introduction to many of the issues that we'll be talking about. The second book is by Richard Clifford, a Jesuit priest. The book is called The Wisdom Literature. It's in a series called Interpreting Biblical Texts. It's a series from Abingdon Press to sort of read along with the biblical text. It introduces the books and then comments on them sort of as you read along with them. The third one is by Kathleen O'Connor, also called The Wisdom Literature. And it's in a series called The Message of Biblical Spirituality, which tips you off right away that her particular interest and spin is on the spirituality of the books and what it can offer us today. I might mention also here at the beginning that the basic biblical text that I'll be using and reading from during the course is that of the New American Bible, the NAB. On occasion, I'll use the New Revised Standard Version, the NRSV. If it's a longer passage, I'll indicate it. If I'm just referring to a verse here or there, I probably will forget. And on occasion, I'll use my own translation to capture the point that I want to make perhaps a little more clearly. When we turn to the Old Testament, perhaps the first thing to notice about wisdom is that within the Old Testament itself, wisdom is recognized as a source of religious authority. When we think of the Old Testament, we often think of the Torah, the Law of Moses. We think of the prophets speaking the word of the Lord. We think of the Psalms. And somewhere near the bottom of the list comes wisdom. But within the Old Testament, it is recognized as one of the three main types of religious leadership. Let me give you just a couple of indications. In Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 18, people are conspiring against Jeremiah, who's upsetting them as usual. And they say, basically, let's get rid of Jeremiah. We will not lose anything because the law will not perish from the priest, or counsel from the wise, or the word from the prophet. So he mentions three groups, the priest, the prophet, and the wise, and three types of speech or discourse or teaching: Torah, instruction; davar, the word of the prophet; and eitzah, in Hebrew, the counsel, advice of the wise. In Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 26, Ezekiel is describing the collapse of the civil and religious order in the context of the Babylonian attack and ultimately destruction of Jerusalem. And he says people will seek for a vision from the prophet, the Torah from the priest, and counsel, advice from the elders. So we have two texts, and there are others, which indicate three groups: priest, who give Torah, instruction in the covenant law; the prophet, who speak the word of the Lord; and the wise, who give counsel or advice. So if we ask in general, then what do we mean by wisdom? The Hebrew word for wisdom is chokmah, H with a dot under it, chokmah, and its related forms. Chakam is a wise person, for example. There are other important words in the semantic field of wisdom, such as knowledge, discernment, understanding. But the basic word is chokmah, wisdom. Now, in English, when we use the word wisdom, we have certain ideas in mind. Wisdom comes with age, hopefully, certain knowledge, insight. Can we take our understanding